Hello, and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Bell. Look at this group. Today I have with us students from Parsippany High School. I have Yusuf, I have Jordan, I have Sophia, and I have Afia. And they're here today to talk about how to high school, getting involved. You guys ready?
Yeah.
You don't look nervous. You look like old froze. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring in Mr. Mina Khalid, who is the assistant principal at Parsippany High School, and he's going to get ready and continue our podcast.
All right. So I'm glad that you guys are here. We want to have like a nice organic conversation in regards to all the things that we do at Parsippany High School. Every day you guys here, it's a great day for the Red Hawk Way. And we want to really just kind of dive in a little bit deeper about what that means, right? So we're going to talk about things like getting involved. We want to talk about building skills, and then finding your supports. So think of this as a way to kind of communicate to those upcoming eighth graders or middle schoolers, but also to the parents, right? And community members. So they just kind of know what we have to offer. What is it like at the high school? So that's kind of what we'll do. So I think let's start off by fully introducing yourselves. So go in and tell us what grade you're in, what you're involved in, sports, extracurriculars, clubs, and we'll go from there. So you want to start us off, Yusuf?
Okay. Well, my name is Yusuf Kasemi. I play soccer. I'm in the student council, and yeah.
I'm Sophia Casio. I play soccer and basketball, and I'm a part of the Spanish Honor Society.
My name's Afia. I'm in 10th grade, and I'm a part of Red Cross and Key Club.
I'm Jordan. I'm in theater. I'm now the new morning announcer every morning for Parsippany High. And most around the school, they just call me JDMC.
JDMC. All right. Love that. So let's start off by getting involved. We'll talk about that topic first. I guess we'll just kind of naturally go around and let's talk about what is it that we offer. From an administrative perspective, Ms. Scrucci, myself, the administration, we communicate with all the parents and eighth graders that come in about all the clubs and sports that we offer. But I wanted to talk to you guys and see, what is it that stands out to you? What specific sports and clubs that you're really part of? And if not, like, what do you recommend for, incoming students to kind of get involved, right? We know we have all these things and maybe we won't know about all of them, but what would you recommend, Yusuf? Like, what do you think is something that an upcoming eighth grader would do when they first start?
For me, being an upcoming eighth grader, like when I joined the soccer team, it was much more easier to make friends because once I was on the team, like I knew kids already going into high school because we have like a summer preseason, so we already like know each other before school. So it was just easier for me to make friends and get to know people earlier on.
That's great. Afia, what do you think about that in terms of getting involved?
To me, like, not just sports, but like I feel like getting involved to clubs or with clubs are just as important as your grades and your academics, because to colleges it like looks like you are involved and you have things going out do outside of school and academics.
Yeah. Jordan, what do you think?
I would definitely say that yes, getting involved with clubs is an amazing thing, and also you just have to find that perfect and right club, because sometimes the club that you might want isn't really what you want, or it's not the people that you're really looking for. But I feel like every club that we offer has enough for each type of person.
Definitely. And I mean, I definitely second everything that you guys are saying in terms of get involved, find the clubs, find, whether it's music, theater. We have so many different programs and like hands-on activities and, even in terms of the classes that we offer, just getting involved with as many things as you can. And it's a great way. I think you guys all touched up on it. It's a great way to build relationships. You're getting to meet other students, right? We have about 950 students. So getting involved, like Yusuf mentioned, that preseason early on kind of takes the edge off, right? So when we start the school year, I'm not as nervous. I already kind of know somebody I'm familiar with that's on the team or in the same club as me. So other than that, like, do you guys, I mean, we do a bunch of extracurricular activities too, things that are, fun with staff members and so forth. Like I think of the volleyball tournament, but what else do we have? What do you think?
Well, I want to touch base about the volleyball tournament.
Okay.
You know, I won it 2 years in a row, so like I'm undefeated in the volleyball
Figured you
tournament.
would put that in.
So if any upcoming freshmen think they have a chance, it's over for you guys. But yeah, the volleyball activity was fun, and I think that's the only one we had.
I mean, we can't take away from the student faculty
Oh, yeah.
basketball game. That we had a 10-year running streak of the staff winning, but the last couple of years it's been a tough one. But we'll continue to work on that. Spike ball, do you guys do that against, or what's the
That
one
w-
with the hills?
The one with the hills, it's called spike, but it's a volleyball. It's not spike ball, it's volleyball.
Okay, so it's a volleyball tournament between the high and the hills, and we usually come on top, I believe.
Yeah.
Right?
I won that this year.
So there we go. So that's one for the Red Hawks. So talk to me a little bit about unit lunch, and then I'll have Mrs. Carucci come in. But unit lunch for you guys, was that a big adjustment when you came up from Central to us, in terms of getting involved, but also what does that look like, right? Because we have, I mean, what it sounds like on paper, it's scary. We have 900 students having lunch at the same time, but do you guys feel like it's chaos, or is there some activities and events that you guys do, maybe some classes like labs and
I
What do
feel like even with so many people, I think it's much easier than middle school because you find the people who like you really want to be around regardless of like how old they are, and you just like once you find your people, you stick with them. So like lunch isn't as chaotic as it seems like with so many people when you have the people that you want to be around.
The only chaotic thing is like when you're getting into that lunch line and everybody else is packed in there, you're just staying there. You're like staying there for like 5 minutes before you get your food. But that's the only thing that I think is
well, that,
chaotic.
I mean, you're a junior going into senior year. You got to give it that 5 minute and then you go in, right?
Yeah.
So,
Gotta really plan ahead for
plan ahead.
what is to come. In my personal opinion, I find that unit lunch is actually a really great thing, despite having so many kids at once. I feel like it's disorganized yet organized. Like everybody has a place to go, a place to be, and people to be with. No one is just kind of like everyone just like all mixed around into one. It's just kind of like we have here, you have there, we're gonna cross paths, and then that's okay.
And what does that look like, Jordan, when you guys cross path? Like, how can you describe that to me? Like, is there somebody who might not be involved, like with drama or theater or music? Do you what? I know you're very social,
Right.
so it's easy for you. But how does that work? Do you say hello to them? How do you get them involved?
Typically, whenever I see someone I don't know, I'll just say, "How you doing?" I'll give them a nice little fist bump real fast, and leave it at that. If I do know you, of course, I'm gonna do more with you. But for the people I don't know, I'll always say like, "How you're doing? How's your day?" Then just leave it at that.
Okay, very good. Anything else that you guys wanted to touch up on with the getting involved? I think we could probably touch up on like service nights, and I know Ms. Carucci probably that's a little bit more of her expertise, so I'll let her come on. But think about it, you guys are doing a nice job.
So super nice to join everybody today. My name is Melissa Carucci. I'm the principal at Parsippany High School. So I know these guys, and they definitely get involved in what we have offering at PHS. So I want to touch a little bit about kind of the academics and what you can get involved in, and if and when you are struggling in anything, like who are your people. I think I can kind of continue on the conversation of unit lunch just a little bit, because I think it's a great opportunity that if you need a staff member, you can get them. So how many of you during unit lunch, like we brought it in because we thought it was a great opportunity for 50 minutes of getting done what you need to get done. How many of you have kind of gone to a teacher, or if you are struggling, do you utilize that as an opportunity?
Yeah. I was struggling in math, and like I didn't have the time to go to my teacher like during class to ask for help about something else because we were learning something new. But being able to like go to her during unit lunch like helped me out a lot for like an upcoming test.
Yeah, I think even when we're walking through the building, I see like the ceramics classroom is loaded with students, and the graphic design classroom is loaded with students. How many of you have, kind of found your space, or you have friends that have found a space that's not the typical lunch setting place?
My freshman year, I actually ate in ceramics because I didn't know where else to sit, and I just worked on like my little pottery stuff, and like I had some friends come sit with me, but Mrs. Rizzo was my teacher at the time, and she was so nice. Like there's a lot of people who sit in there. It's just like a comfortable environment for everybody to like be around. So I would say unit lunch is really good because you could go literally anywhere.
Yeah. It's great to hear the kid perspective because we've like made that switch and now it's been some years doing it after COVID, bringing it back. And it seems like it's a good thing.
Yeah, I do certainly agree with that. I even found my own room. I used to freshman year. I just walked around with my buddy Ralph, and then that was it. But after like sophomore year of looking around, and this year we're now in about like the 300 wing, just traveling from room to room. And if we're not there, then we're in Jensen's room, and we just enjoy our time there. It's quiet. It's nice. It's just our friend group.
Yeah. It seems like a great opportunity. For me, it always was, can we create this setting and this great opportunity for students to be students and teachers to be teachers, but like in a different setting, right? So when you're hanging out with your ceramics teacher, you're hanging out with Miss Jensen, your English teacher, at that time, it's just a different environment. You get to really know them, and if you need help from them, they're there for you.
And also, I think it's like I really like how much time we have because it's like really important to go to teachers if you are struggling because like you have so much time and it also shows to teachers that you care about like their class and you care about what they're teaching. So I think it is important to not just like brush off like if you need like help with anything and just like go to your teachers for help.
Yeah, you brought us to a good transition point to talk about academics a little bit. So coming in as freshmen, because we're kind of focusing on that a bit, what are some of your advice for freshmen now that you're not a freshman anymore, right? And going from think back to when you were leaving 8th grade and coming in. I'm sure you were all a little concerned about going to high school. Thinking back, what would you tell your 8th grade self about what the high school does to support you in doing well and taking those next steps academically?
I'd say most definitely, if they say we're here this time or do you need help, accept the help. You don't know how many times that I even have like I'm just sitting there not paying attention at all. I'll just be sitting there. They'll be writing that stuff down. And all of a sudden they'll be like, okay, next problem. And I'll be like, oh. And then I'll be like, I don't have no clue what I'm writing down. I'm just writing down what's on the board. And then when they say, if you don't know this, come in for help. And then opportunity not to come in. Then test comes along and I'm like, I have no clue what's on this thing. And now junior year, I've been asking for help more, and you can really see the, you know, the work paying off.
Yeah, I have to say, like, all of our teachers are, I believe, all of our teachers are more than willing to help. Has everyone had that same experience?
I think it goes both ways too. Like once you show them that you're willing to put the effort in, then they'll obviously they're teachers. Everyone's supposed to teach, but if you show that you're willing to take time away from your extra time, then they will definitely like Jordan said, like the effort will come back to you and it'll show in your grades too.
Yeah. So, and also at the high school, just again, speaking to freshmen coming up and to parents out there, there's a guidance team. We have our child study team. We have our SAC counselors. We have our resource officers. You have your administration. There's a huge team of adults to kind of guide decision making. And that tends students, as they go from freshman year to sophomore year, tend to mature a little bit more. So can you speak to any experiences where you kind of needed an adult in the building? Nothing too personal, you don't have to, but when you needed an adult in the building and you felt comfortable enough to ask them like, man, I'm dealing with something. I don't know what to do about it. But I'm going to come to you and open up and say like, hey, can you guide me as to where to go?
Yeah, freshman year, like I don't know, like there was a certain time freshman year, like I was just like a little off, and I had a graphic design class, and I went to Mr. Inveld, and me and him, like our relationship now, like we're like really close now. But I went up to him and I opened up, and like he gave me such good advice, and he still gives me good advice now. Now that I'm leaving for college soon, so he gives me a lot of good advice, and he was a good friend. He's a good friend.
mentor.
I consider him
Yeah,
a
that's good.
mentor.
Last year, I just really needed to cry. Like, I needed to go somewhere to cry. And I've seen Mrs. Doyle around. And I was like, let me go see if, like, she'll listen to me. So I went to her room and that's what I did. I just cried. And she just sat there and like waited for me to be ready to talk. And she was really, really helpful with whatever I was going through. And like whenever I see her now, like I'll say hi. And like I know that there's like somebody there for me that will like listen to what I have to say and like give me the advice that I'm looking for and that I need.
Yeah. And I think they do a really good job, especially Miss Doyle does a really good job of presenting some options, right? Because we're trying to get students in high school to start to lean towards, I would say, adulting, right? Making decisions of your own. But Miss Doyle does a real good job, and we try to as well, of presenting some options and how to deal with something and kind of giving you the power to make a decision on how to act, right? Like there are some options for solution. There's always multiple solutions to a problem, but helping you start to gather some of those skills to make adult decisions on your own. So I feel like that definitely, she does a good job of empowering our students. Like, go ahead, have your cry. It's okay. And when you're done, here's some options. What do you think of those? Because then you learn how to kind of navigate some difficult situations. So you're going into senior year, 1, 2, 3, going into junior year. What's one thing that you feel that you've kind of mastered in high school? What are you the master of in high school right now? Or what are some of those things that you need to master in high school to kind of go on to be successful after high school, whether it's college, whether it's trade school, whether it's the military? I got 2 of you that ones.
I think something that I'm pretty good at is like I'm pretty not close, but like I have good relationships with like the administration. So like it opens up more opportunities for me to do stuff that some other students probably can't. So like I would get like emails to do stuff that other students wouldn't be able to do. And that's because like I like to talk to administration, like have good relationships with them.
I think that one thing that I was struggling with before I came to high school was like, I think like I cared too much about like how many friends I had or like what people saw me as or like what people thought of me. And then once I got to high school, I started like knowing that like we have 4 years to make it work and this is basically like our base for the rest of our life. And like it really shouldn't matter how many friends you have and the people you meet in high. Well, obviously it does matter, but it's kind of like if you have good company around you, no matter the quantity of people you have around you, it's like quality over anything. So yeah, that's one thing like I've gotten better at like realizing over the years.
I would say something that I've gotten better at, but even that I'm still trying to get even more better at, the idea of balance and this is the this time, this is the that time, this is when I can go do this, or this is why I would do that. Just like finding that like right space of things. I'm getting the hand of it now, but it still kind of needs some work.
Yeah. And it will continue to. I have my checklist of things that I need to get done, right? And then you prioritize the top one and some fall by the wayside and then you prioritize the next day. So you have to keep on doing that. Anything else? Masters of.
I really think that we should master not procrastinating because I'm really bad at procrastinating and it's been catching up to me these past couple of weeks. So definitely going into your freshman year, like just try to stop there, like minimize it because it really like catches up to you.
Yeah. And that makes complete sense coming from a junior, right? Like getting ready for a college application process, getting ready for maybe going to see some college visits, asking for recommendation letters, lots of stuff that starts to create some anxiety in juniors.
And also I think that like procrastinating is like it's like so bad because it affects like how you manage your time too, and it's something I struggle with too. And I guess it's like just like you have to come to a point where you realize like I need to start taking things seriously and like do what needs to get done like earlier so then I can leave all like my free time till later, not now.
Okay, so we're going to wrap it up, but I have one last question, right? Because I think you could all say, because I think I know all of them, that you have a really great support team at home, right? So one of the people that reaches up, people that reach out to us the most with incoming freshmen are freshman parents, right? They're as anxious as their children are to become freshmen. So what's one bit of advice now that you're upperclassmen and you've kind of mastered high schooling? What's one bit of advice that you can give freshman parents as their freshmen enter high school?
I would say that your kid's gonna be okay. Like they'll make it through it. There'll be some hard times, but they'll be happy knowing that you're there for them and that you can be that person to push them through it and that they have more people at school that can help them through it, but they'll be okay.
I think that's some good advice.
I think like to be a little more easy. Like I had a good freshman year because my mom let me like go experience like stuff. Like she let me do a lot of stuff, but like she also taught me like what not to do. Like be smart in certain situations. Like always choose like the best outcome. But I think my mom like when she just let me do things like I got to experience like better stuff and which made my freshman year good.
Um, I think that like kind of what Yusuf is saying, but like let your child like kind of also like be on their own so that they can like see how things are for themselves. Cause like a lot of the times what happens is like parents try like not to like question their parenting, but a lot of the times parents try to like tie their kids down and not let them do anything. But I think like for them to see firsthand what goes on in life and how different people are, that makes more of an impact of like them knowing what they need to do and like what's good and what's bad.
I would definitely go off of that. Go off of like everything here. Really like be that support to your child and let them really just be themselves because they really can't do a lot without you and because you're always the final say on things. But I always say, let them be them, let them go adventure out to wherever they really want to. Of course, if it seems so far fetched, say no. But let them experience what they need to because this stuff really what matters here is the experience that they have and it really grows them as a person.
Yeah, because you remember like the stuff that you're gonna remember the stuff that happened in high school. Because my mom always tells me her stories in high school. So like,
Yeah. So she remembers them.
yeah, she remembers them. Yeah.
Yeah. I think my message to parents is like you're these kids, like you guys and our students at Par High have limitless capability, right? We're here to support it, right? And to provide you opportunities, and your parents always want what's best for you. But I think even as a parent that has high schoolers of my own, I think you guys are more capable than we ever give you credit for, right? Because we always feel like we have to be there. But I think I would like to end with just saying that Par High is a great place to be. I think our students are a great representation of that, and there's something there for everybody. And then I guess the other message is too that there's always support. Parents and students can always reach out. We get emails all day long from students, hearing their voices and asking for assistance. So I think we can end with it's always a great day for the
Red Hawk way.
Thank you.